Hi besties! Every time I post on this app, people always ask me, Coco, what did you add to your stew? Coco, what did you add to your stew? So today, I am going to show you guys what I actually add to my stew. Because today, I'll be showing you guys my Bukka Stew recipe. All the different type of stew I make, this is my husband's favorites. As usual, I started by playing a show and then I picked out all my ingredients that I'll be using for my stew. First thing I do is prep all my peppers. For this recipe, I like to use bell peppers and habanero. You can add tomatoes to yours if you like, but I personally love to use canned tomatoes. Start off by washing all my peppers. This is actually a very simple recipe, by the way. Before you come in my comment section to tell me that this is not how your great-grandmother makes hers, if you love your great-grandmother's recipe, stick with it. You don't have to learn this one. Key to a nice thick Bukka stew is roasted peppers. Started off by roasting my peppers, which is tatashe, rodo, and onions. And then I went ahead to bring out the pots that I'll be using. For this recipe, you need a big pot because the stew will be popping at some point. You don't want it to burn you or even mess up your kitchen. Diced some onions, and I had already pre-cooked all my meat and fish that I'll be adding to my Bukka stew earlier. This is what my peppers look like. You can see that it's a little crispy and burnt on the top. That's how you know it's well charred. Let it to my blender, and then you blend this until it is very smooth. Talking about creamy consistency is my secret to a nice Bukka stew. Mix equal parts vegetable oil with palm oil. Then you add your onions and let that fry thoroughly. Your tomato paste goes in next, and you want your tomato paste to fry really well until it starts to burn a little in the bottom of the pot. If your tomato does not fry properly, you will end up with a sour stew, and we don't want that. This is what it looks like. Before you add your pepper mix, you want to make sure that your stove is at medium or even low. And this is because immediately you add your pepper mix, it may start to pop and this can burn you. While Bukka stew is coming together already, I rinsed my blender and added that little bit of water to it. Bukka stew does not require too many seasonings, just salt and seasoning powder is fine. Stir that nicely to make sure everything is mixed in, and then I added all my different proteins. I'm using orishirishi in my Bukka stew, so I added all of that: turkey, chicken, I even added fish to it. But the fish was the last thing I added because I didn't want that to break into the stew. Mix it gently and then cover it up and allow it to cook some more. You know your Bukka stew is ready when the oil comes to the top like this. And today my husband requested for amala gbegiri and ewedu, which is exactly what I did. I get some weird comments every time I make these videos. Always those people that will be like, the oil is too much. One, you're not the one eating it. If you don't like oil, use water to cook your own stew, babes. The people that will be like, can your husband not cook for himself? Why are you always cooking for him? My dear, if you reach your turn and you marry, not cook for your husband. As for me, I will cook for the man that provides me the lifestyle that I am living. If it makes you uncomfortable, just skip my videos. Anyways, my amala gbegiri and ewedu was ready at this point. I love to clean up the kitchen right after cooking, and that's it, besties. Bye.